I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. Wanna start my day with love. That's what I get more of, is love. I choose love, love, love. Love, love, love. I choose it, love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. I feel it, peace, 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 peace. I choose peace, peace, peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. I feel it, joy, joy, joy. Every day it's joy, joy, joy. I'm choosing joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of, is love. I choose love, love, love. Love, love, love. I choose it, love, love, love. Love, love, love. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I feel that sweet release of peace. I choose peace, 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 peace. Peace, peace, peace. I feel it, peace, 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 peace. I choose peace, 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 peace. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I choose joy, joy, joy. I feel it, joy, joy, joy. Every day it's joy, joy, joy. I'm choosing joy, joy, joy. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace. I start my day with joy, and I feel that sweet release. I start my day with love. I start my day with peace.
Good morning, Celebration Center, and welcome. This morning, I am so glad to see all of y'all's smiling faces here in the room and on live stream. I can't see your smiling faces with my physical eyes, but I see them with my third eye. I can intuit that you're smiling on the camera back at me. So welcome, everyone. My name is Reverend Chris Ashley. I am the senior minister here at Celebration Center, and if you are online, we are physically located in Falls Church, Virginia, but that really doesn't matter anymore because now we are this global community because of technology. So wherever you are coming from, we are so glad that you are here. We have a really great service planned for you today. Our November theme is Breathe in the View. And we're going to be talking about that some today, and I'm going to be speaking on the view from here. And then we have Jen Fay as our practitioner on platform. And Lynn Hollyfield and Jen Fay are going to be offering our music for us today. Lynn Hollyfield is our music director. And of course, we have our awesome tech team in the back doing all things technology and fixing things last second that are not working, which is why we're starting just a few minutes late. So thank you for your patience. I invite you, if you are here in the room, to go ahead and make sure that your phones are on silent. No need to turn them off. You are welcome to pop into the Facebook or YouTube live stream and say hi in the chat, or welcome people, or all of those thoughts that are in your brain that I didn't say that you wish I had said. Put those in the chat, and we'll be able to see those there. And I have a few announcements. First of all, next Sunday is our annual meeting. Yay! I'm so excited because that also is the 1-year anniversary of when y'all voted me into the position here. And so that's very exciting. And we're going to be telling y'all the vision of 2022, which y'all have heard a lot about already. But we're going to be talking more about that, approving the budget, voting in leadership council members, all kinds of fun stuff. So whether you are a voting member or not, I invite you to come to that meeting and just check out how we're doing as far as the health of the business side of our organization is. That's next Sunday, right after the Sunday service. If you are a member and you have filled out your committed giving program or committed giving form and you'd like to be a voting member, we have applications right up here as well as in the front. Or if you go online to our annual member, there's a link there and you can fill it out online, and I invite you to do that. This week, there are a couple of really cool things going on that I want to highlight for y'all. The first is the Soul Evolution Collaborative Summit. So y'all have heard me talk a lot about Soul Evolution Collaborative. It's where I go to get spiritually fed. Reverend Ryan is one of the ministers for that virtual online community, as well as Reverend Dan Granda and Chris Lehiff. And they are offering a summit Monday through Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m., all virtual. I am one of the key speakers on Wednesday nights, so it's going to be really awesome. I'm super looking forward to it. If you want more information or to sign up, you can go to soulevolutioncollaborative.org and find out all of the information. Or I'm sure Rev Ryan, who is in the back, will be happy to answer your questions after the service. Sure. I can go out on some announcements. Yes, I will put an email out with this information as well. The other thing that's going on is the Next Gen Retreat for ages 18 to 35-ish is doing a virtual retreat the 12th and the 13th. So that is Friday and Saturday. So you could just go from today, start with Soul Evolution Collaborative tomorrow, do that through Thursday, Next Gen Retreat Friday, Saturday, back at church here on Sunday if you wanted. That's what I will be doing. I am leading that, and so if you are in the age group or you know somebody in the age group that you think would be interested, you can go to nextgenretreat.org to find out more information about that as well. It's Friday evening, all day Saturday. And if you are watching us online, I invite you to say hi, drop some comments in the chat, and let us welcome you to our service. I know that was a lot of announcements today. So, as we do every Sunday, I would like us to recite our vision together. This is a reminder, a really good reminder for all of us of where we're headed together so that we know and we don't forget. So, if you will, please say our vision with me aloud. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. Yes, we are indeed. And so now I'd like to invite Lynn and Jen up for an opening song.
All right, good morning, everyone. We're going to do a song that is based on a Rumi quote, and it was written by Kim Delmhorst, and we learned it from Bob Sima, one of our favorites. So this is called Everything is Music. Well, we've come to the place where everything is music. Everything is music. Everything is music. Well, we've come to the place where everything is music. Everything is music. Let it play. Tell me, why do you stay in jail when the door is wide open? When the door is wide open, the door is wide open. Tell me, why do you stay in jail when the door is wide open? Let the beauty that you love be what you do. Stop your talking now and open up the window, the one right there in the middle of your heart. Give us your hand and sit down in the circle. You know you got no reason to keep yourself apart. Well, the day you wake up sad and empty, don't go back to sleep. No, no, don't go back to sleep. No, no, don't go back to sleep. Well, the day you wake up sad and empty, don't go back to sleep. 'Cause there's a million ways to kneel and kiss the ground. Don't worry now about saving all these songs. There's so many more just waiting to be found. If all these instruments should disappear, we'd still hear something coming up from way down in the ground. Yeah, we come to the place where everything is music. Everything is music. Everything is music. Yes, we've come to the place where everything is music. Everything is music. Let it play. Everything is music. Let it play. Everything is music. Let it play.
Good morning. So, welcome to the Celebration Center for Spiritual Living on this beautiful fall day. So, I just want to welcome all the new people that are tuning in online and in person. Yay! I'm so excited. It's amazing to engage with some new people who are either new to the philosophy or new to our organization. You all are such a blessing to us. And I want to remind you that a wonderful part of our philosophy is prayer. And so please do request a prayer. You can request it online. There's a button there for affirmative prayer, and it's just a little form you fill out, and that goes to the practitioners and Reverend Chris, and we pray on that for a whole week. There's also prayer cards here in the sanctuary on the two tables to the sides. Or you can send an email, prayer@celebrationcenter.org, which also goes to Rev Chris. So prayer is such a powerful practice. It is, and in science of mind, that we call spiritual mind treatment, it is a treatment for our mind to open to new possibilities. And so if there's anything that you want to release, you're opening to something new, you're letting go, making space for something new. If you want to enhance what is already amazing in your life, you can do that too through prayer. And so we practitioners, we we've been trained to pray and hold the consciousness and the spiritual truth about any situation. And so if you would like a prayer, in person, feel free to ask one of us. And we're also available for one-on-one sessions. You can see more about that on the website. So my reading today comes from Steve Rother, who I believe he is another one of these spiritual people who channel guidance through, from divine beings. And this just really, I'm not really that familiar with him, but when I read this quote, it just spoke to me so powerfully. It's like what I tell people. And so I wanted to share that with you, with thinking about the theme of a higher view or a higher perspective. You think of yourselves as humans searching for spiritual awakening, when in fact you are spiritual beings attempting to cope with a human awakening. Seeing yourself from the perspective of the spirit within will help you to remember why you came here and what you came here to do. I had one other short quote, and this was unknown. Source is unknown, but it spoke to me because I attended the conference over the weekend with Marianne Williamson and friends. Michael Beckwith was there, Neil Donald Walsh, Deepak Chopra, and one of the messages they kept emphasizing was, when we speak the truth, it's not, it may not be popular. It may not resonate with mainstream society or, people in power, but that it's important to speak the truth. And they gave so many examples in the past, if somebody has this new idea and, even science, and, the other scientists said, oh, no, that's not right. That's not the way we do it, whatever it was, and just disregard it. And then, 20 years later or more, oh, he was right, or she was right. It's interesting. So sometimes when you face difficulties, not because you're doing something wrong, but because you're doing something right. And sometimes speaking the truth, it gets us in trouble. Please join me in prayer. And so as we bring our awareness to the presence within us, that presence of love that lives within each of us. And within that love there is so much, and it is spirit within each of us as love. It is that awareness that we already have that love that we desire. We already can find inner peace. It's right here. That we witness in the outer world the abundance and claim it for ourselves. That as we give and receive, we are activating that law of circulation. That we are each these spiritual beings already awake. And the human aspect of us is catching up to that perspective. And the spiritual aspect of our being, I think, is so compassionate and understands that it's not easy to be human. And that's where the evolution of our souls is taking place, in this human experience. And so I affirm that life gets a little easier as we embrace the truth of our being as spiritual. The very deepest essence of who we are is that spiritual being. And that spiritual being is melding with the human being, and we are becoming illumined beings. We are becoming that which we came here to be, and as we speak our spiritual truth, the universe supports us. And so I affirm the strength within us to be all that we came here to be, that there is delight in the process, that we find upliftment on our path, that we are moving forward in leaps and bounds, sometimes with resistance, and sometimes we feel we are in the divine flow, surrounded by grace. And it's all the same process, just a little differently experienced. And I'm grateful for this process of life, this evolution, for my own continued awareness of more truth, more good, more love, more peace, more seeing the truth that we are one, we are a family, and we are all evolving, and we're all doing the best we can. And so I simply release these words and ideas into that universal law that pays attention to what I believe and what we all believe. And as those beliefs expand, considering new possibilities, as we hold the vision of what we desire, that it is possible for that vision to be fulfilled, it is. And as it is in our own life, it becomes more so out in the outer world as well. And so I am grateful and blessed to be here and to speak these words and to know some version of the truth that is always expanding. And so it is.
Thank you so much, Jen. So this coming week is Veterans Day, and so we would like to take this opportunity to honor veterans of the military. And this isn't just the military for the United States, but any military that these branches of government basically are here to support and call in that idea of this highest vision, that we know that God is all there is, and so this too is calling in that highest expression of spirit. And so if you have served in the military and you are here in the room, I invite you to come up, keep your mask on, I'm going to put mine on, and tell us what branch of the military you served in and for what country. And if you are online watching and you would like to put it in the chat, we will put those up for you to read those as well. Ivor, I'm going to switch to the other microphone.
Army.
Will you tell us your name?
Well, Tim Ferriss. Army. I sometimes say that I can still call it cadence, but I haven't found a use for that in civilian life.
Harrison Snow, United States Army, 74 to 80.
Ed Preston, United States Army, 1960 to 1980. Served in Vietnam and Thailand overseas.
Yeah, Richard Ferrar, U.S. Army. I served 4 years, part of the time in Turkey in military intelligence on the Black Sea coast there.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, and we honor and bless you for your service to our country and to the world. Let's give them a hand.
Is this on? Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm gonna do an original song about doing what we love to do. We're trying to find the way to do it and find balance in our life to do it. This is called In the Balance.
I just wanna play. I wanna sing my song. I just wanna run and not be gone too long. 'Cause this time is precious still. I wanna keep it close to me. I'm wishing on a star to make more time to see. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. You can always dream. No one's taken that from you. Only you can see it through, just like the way you do. So keep it in your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. And when you make the time, it's a game of give and take. When the balance is at stake, you need to take a look inside. Look deep into your heart and remember how it feels. It's where the answer lies and tells you what is real. You can always dream. You can't put your life on hold. 'Cause time won't wait for you. You can always see what is here in the now. And then you'll find out how to keep dreaming. Dreaming. You gotta do it now. Whoa. Dream.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Extra thank you because some of our technical glitches meant that we had a video we were going to play in that song place. So she found out as the service was starting that she was going to need to play that song. So this month's topic is Breathe in the View. And this week we're talking about the view from here. And so, of course, I thought about mountains because I grew up in the mountains. If you don't know me and you haven't heard my story, I grew up in the mountains of Asheville, North Carolina. So 8 hours southwest, just ever so slightly in the Smoky Mountains. And I grew up in this house. My dad still lives there, so I still get to visit my house and, go in and be like, oh, look at my teeny tiny bedroom, right? Like you do when your parents still live in the house that you grew up in. And we owned the whole side of the mountain. He still does, all the way up behind the house. He bought all of the acreage up behind because he didn't want people building up above us. and looking down over us. And so we had all of this land. I had all of this land to roam on as a child. And one of the things that my dad did was he created this hiking trail kind of straight up the side of the mountain. None of this switchback stuff for him, just right up the side. And then when you got to the top, there was a summit there, but you could turn one direction. You could turn to the right, and you could go to a higher summit, or you could go kind of straight around and reach the very summit, or you could go to the left and kind of come down but reach a different summit. There were all of these different directions that you could go. And so when I was thinking about this topic, the first picture that came into my mind's eye was the view from one of those summits. Because he had this trail, he went up and to the left and down and around, and there was this one beautiful view that it kind of opened up, and you could see all of downtown Black Mountain, which is the town that we lived in just outside of Asheville. And he would that was his exercise, and he would drag me along with him. I much preferred to just play in the woods and not, be hiking hardcore or anything like that. But I spent a lot of time in those mountains. And that view is beautiful, right? And it changed every day. It was a different view depending on the weather and the clouds and the leaves and what season it was and what the traffic was like down in Black Mountain and what time of day, all of those things. This view was different every time we looked. And if you went up to the other direction, to these other summits and saw these other views, those were different as well. And none of them were better or worse or bad or good, right? They were all just this view of what was around. So I've had this fun little kind of trek into my childhood this week of thinking about that and just thinking about growing up in those woods and all of the many views that I saw and probably didn't really appreciate or notice at the time because I was so busy playing, right, as a kid. And so what began to come to my mind was, the view from here, here, that doesn't actually suggest the mountaintop, right? Like I made that up. That's in my head. Because the view from here is whatever we're looking at. And so sometimes the view from here is a room full of people, or sometimes the view from here is in a valley, or sometimes the view from here isn't some peak mountaintop experience. Sometimes it is not maybe the prettiest view that we want to be looking at, and yet it's still the one that we are looking at. And so the goal then becomes, rather than trying to trek to find the mountain, rather the goal becomes to find the beauty that exists in every view that is available to us, in every moment, in every sort of picture and snapshot that we have available to us, and whatever the moment may bring. Abraham Maslow, who most of y'all have heard of from the hierarchy of needs, he did a lot of, he was a psychologist, but he actually did a lot of studying of mysticism and spirituality and religion and things like that. And he says the great lesson from the true mystics is that the sacred is in the ordinary, that it is to be found in one's daily life, in one's neighbors, friends, and family, in one's backyard. And so while I have this kind of peak view that comes to my mind of this summit sort of experience that I saw hundreds of times, if not thousands of times over the years that I grew up in that house, what I also have are thousands of other pictures of daily snapshots of beauty in my life, of the trees that I saw on that journey, of other things that I found in the woods, bugs and snakes and deer and bear and all of the things, raccoons and not porcupines. What are the other things? Possums. All possums. I name all possums Sal. Just fun fact about me. All possums are named Sal. And and I began to think about, yes, every view, every moment has some beauty that I can find if I look for it, right? And every view probably has some ugliness in it if I look for that as well. And so then it becomes this kind of practice, this sort of mindfulness practice in finding and seeking out the beauty that exists in every moment. And not in a bypassy way. We're not ignoring the view that is front of us, but rather we're diving deeper into it. We're going deeper into it. And sometimes that can be hard because sometimes what's in front of us isn't what we would like to be living. And I know for myself, I tend to live for those peak experiences, right? Like I would rather be up on the mountaintop looking down over everything, but that's not life. Life doesn't happen on the mountaintops. People don't really, well, now they do, but back in the day when we were more careful about weathering storms and things like that, we didn't live on the mountaintops. We lived down in the valleys where daily life could occur, where we could build our homes and our lives in a way that were settled and grounded, and we knew that our foundation was stable. And so that's what we get to do now, is live from this place of stableness, this place of foundation in our everyday lives. And yes, we can look forward to the peak experiences. We can even cultivate those peak experiences in ourselves, and still we get to find the beauty in going to our jobs every day, in talking to our friends, and getting up and making our coffee every morning, or whatever your morning ritual is, and our daily meditation where, you know, that one time we had that big grand peak experience and we opened and we experienced what oneness feels like for just a glimpse, and now we've had the last, 857 meditations of just sitting and having to go, oh, that's a thought. Oh, there's another thought. Right? But that work is where the beauty can be found. I've also noticed, as I was thinking about the view from here, and I wrote about this in our Celebration Center e-news. So if you don't receive that, go to celebrationcenter.org and you can subscribe to that e-news. It comes out generally on Saturdays. But I wrote about the fact that I am really bad at celebrating my wins, which is really ironic for the minister of a center called Celebration Center, right? But I am. What I tend to do is I have these big plans, right? And I have these big goals, and I do Edwin Gaines' 12 active goals, and I have them all written out, and they're constantly in flux and moving around, and I'm always headed towards something. And so when I meet these milestones and these stepping stones along the way, it becomes a check. Just a check, right? And so some of the things that I mentioned was have a baby, check, move to California from North Carolina, check, move to Virginia from California, check. And it just, these huge milestones in my life just become check boxes in this never-ending goal-reaching sort of striving thing that I have. And I didn't really realize that I did this, or I didn't really realize that this was maybe not the best way that I could approach things until I got my ministerial license, because I've been working on this for years, right? It's such a process. You become a practitioner and you take all your basic classes, and then you take your practitioner classes, and then you're licensed, and then you go to ministerial school, and then you have to take 10 to 18 exams. I only had to take 10, and then you have to sit in another panel, and it's just this ongoing, and everything, check, 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 right? And then I became a minister, and I had already gotten this position, so check, got to work the next day. It just became another checkbox. And it took me 5 months. 5 months I ran on adrenaline with y'all until May. So that was in January. In May, I was exhausted. All of the moving cross country to be here, all of the work that I had done, all of those exams that I had taken, the panels that I had sat on, all of the unpacking and the animals and just everything finally caught up to me in May. And I was like, oh, wait, I'm a minister. Wait, hold on. I have been working towards this single-mindedly for years, and I did it. And I checked off a box and kept going. That was it. And so I stopped, and I was like, woohoo! Okay, now we can keep going, right? But I think, and what I'm beginning to learn, is that we get to celebrate all of these wins, and not just the big giant ones, but the little tiny ones. Every single checkbox is a cause for celebration. Every single moment that something gets accomplished is a cause for celebration. And I found in times of my life where it's been harder for me to get more done, in times that I've been extra anxious or I've had a lot going on outside of myself or whatever it may be, that it's even harder because the celebration might be, I folded my clothes today, or I got out of bed today, or I ate, or I showered, or I laid on the couch and watched TV all day because that's all that I could manage. And yet those are still wins too, because the reality is that we're doing our best in every moment. And our best looks different from moment to moment. And we get to see the beauty in those views just as much as the beauty in the big views as well. The other thing that dawned on me, finally, it took quite a while, is that there is no end. I am never going to get to that one peak and be like, ta-da, I have made it. Here we are. I have no more spiritual growth to do. I am the picture of the perfect human being. Everybody can come to me with their questions because I am enlightened. It is not going to happen. Well, and if it does happen, then I'm just going to poof on to the next plane of existence anyway. So that might not be the goal that I'm looking for in this lifetime, right? And so I can pace myself a little bit. I don't have to run to the top of the mountain to get to the top, because there's going to be another mountain beyond that. There's always another peak. Every mountaintop reveals the next step, the next level of the journey, the next thing to do. And Ernest Holmes tells us this. He says, through the continual emergence of the creative principle, any last finality proves to be but the beginning of a new creative series. This eternal spiral, finding its base in the everlasting reality, will never cease to emerge. And so maybe we can just relax and enjoy the view that is not a peak experience. Enjoy every step of the journey and trust that we're going to arrive at the top of the mountain right when it's perfect right time to do so. And when we get to the top of that mountain, we can sit down and maybe we can have a picnic or take a picture or a nap or read a book or whatever it may be, and trust that the next mountain will reveal itself for us to continue on in our journey at the exact perfect and right time. So I've been thinking about all this week, right? And then, as some of y'all may know, we follow the global themes for Centers for Spiritual Living. Our parents' organization, they put out global themes every week, and it comes with an outline of talks. I never use the outline because my brain has always just gone in a completely different direction. But I always go and I look at the outline and I see if there's any quotes to use or anything like that. And so my brain had gone off in this whole direction. I'm off in childhood thinking about the woods I grew up in and all of these ideas about there's always another peak and I never celebrate anything, right? That's where I'm at. And so I went and read the outline and I was like, oh man, that's really good too. And so I want to tell y'all just a little bit about what was in that outline because it's really profound. Basically, it said, when we're showing up to life, we want to always look at situations and challenges and obstacles from the highest perspective available to us. And I was like, oh, that's good. So basically, you always want to go up to the mountain and then look down, get that bigger perspective, right? Because something that's happening in that little town of Black Mountain where I grew up in, if you're right there in it, if you're down in the town, it looks like big news, right? But then if you're standing up in that summit and looking down over the whole town, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, right? And so the beauty of stepping out of this daily sort of living and existence, when we have something come up, when we have a challenge or an obstacle or a belief that gets to be healed or something like that, stepping back and gaining that bigger perspective. Eric Butterworth says, it is a powerful insight to live by. Always get the view from the top. Before you react negatively to people, conditions, or things, take a moment to lift up your eyes unto the hills. Contemplate all the changing, challenging experiences from the highest possible point of view. Regardless of the appearances of conflicts or limitations, see all things from the awareness of the allness of life and the ever-presence of substance. From the view from the top, you will see things creatively, leading to an attitude that is constructive and optimistic. I love that. When I have a challenge in my life, I don't have to sit right in the midst of the heaviness of it, but rather I can step back and I can say, is there a higher perspective that is calling me, that is seeking me out just as I am seeking it out in this moment, in this experience? And so I thought of a few ways that we do that. We do that through our prayer practice, right? We do that through spiritual mind treatment, our version of affirmative prayer, where we recognize that God is all there is. And if that is true, then I must be that too, because that's all there is. And if I must be that too, then you must be that too. And if we're all that, then this situation must be that as well. And so we can just be grateful and let it go, because that's all that there is this one infinite, absolute, eternal presence. We can also be grateful. There is always, always, always something to be grateful for. And as Suzanne says, I give thanks, I give thanks, I give thanks. And so, as an attitude of gratitude, because it is the month of November, I have made a bulletin board. I'm really excited about it, y'all. It's out in the lobby. Y'all can see it. For those of you who are in person, you can see it when you go out there. If you're on Zoom or on live stream, we're going to be posting pictures of it. This is an interactive gratitude bulletin board. And so we have leaves up here at the front and markers. And I invite you at the end of this to write your gratitude on your leaf or leaves. Take as many as you want. We can always print more, and put them in the basket, and we're going to put them up on the bulletin board throughout the month. And you can do it every week, because there's always, always, always something to be grateful for. If you are live streaming with us, if you aren't here in person, I invite you to write your gratitudes into the chat. And Ivor or Ryan, if one of y'all will write those down, we will write those onto leaves, and we'll put those up for you as well, because this interactive bulletin board is for everyone. And what gets me even more in the mood of gratitude for my own gratitudes is seeing what other people are grateful for, right? It's such a good reminder of things that we can be grateful for. The next thing that we can do to remind ourselves to get that bigger top perspective, that top-down perspective, is meditation. And meditation looks different for different people. So meditation for you might be sitting for 30 minutes in silence and watching your thoughts float down on a stream. Or it might be a walking meditation. Or it might be a mantra that you repeat to yourself. Or it might be artwork. Or it might be dancing. Or it might be singing. Or whatever it is, find what your meditation is and then do it joyfully and joyously, because that pulls us out of this experience of our everyday and gives us that view from the top. And then finally, we can do the loving kindness, the metta meditation for other people. And I have found that this especially works well when I'm having a challenging time with another human. I can do this loving kindness meditation. And so I'm going to invite everybody right now to close your eyes. And I invite you to take a deep breath. You can do this with us at home. If you feel comfortable, you don't have to close your eyes. And I invite you to bring into your mind's eye somebody that you love. And repeat the following phrases after me. You can repeat them aloud or in your head as you look at this person in your head. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. And breathe that in. And now I invite you to think about yourself. Because just as we bless those people around us, we also bless ourselves. And so I invite you to say these words to yourself. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. And now, it's going to get a little harder. That's okay. Just breathe. I invite you to bring somebody into your mind's eye that maybe rubs you the wrong way. Maybe you're having a challenging time with them. Maybe you're fighting with them. Maybe you're not speaking to them. Maybe they just annoy you and they don't even know. Bring them into your mind's eye. They too are that one infinite, absolute, eternal presence that we call God, we call Spirit. And I invite you to say this to them. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. And just breathe that in. Now we're going to end on an easy one. So if you are at home and you are with somebody, I invite you to turn to one another. If you are here in the room, I invite you to turn to somebody close to you, somebody nearby. And if you are alone, I invite you to keep your eyes closed and to bring another loved one to your mind. So everybody turn to somebody in the room. And repeat after me. Say this to them. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. Feel that love. Feel that gratitude. That right there is our mountaintop from which we can look at everything. That is the beauty and the brilliance of being in spiritual community together. And this is the view from here. And so it is.
Okay, we're going to make that space for celebration of along our journey. And this is Make the Space by Angela Blue Skies.
Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. And love flows from the top of every mountain, and love flows from the rivers and the streams. Love flows in the tides of the ocean, and love flows on and on, on and on, on and on, on and on. Make the space within to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. And love flows from the top of every mountain, and love flows in the rivers and the streams. Love flows in the tides of the ocean, and love flows blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give. Make the space within me to receive all the blessings you give.
Thank you, Jen and Lynn. I love that song so much. So this is the time in our service for our giving of our offerings and tithes, and you are a blessing. Your very presence here in our community is a blessing. And we are a tithing community, and so we tithe 10% of everything that comes into Celebration Center out into the world, into to our home office or centers for spiritual living, as well as into our community in various things. And y'all have heard some of those, and we'll have more upcoming. And so if you feel called today to give of any tithes or offerings or treasures, there are a few ways that you can do that. There are baskets here if you're here in the room. If you're on live stream, you can go to celebrationcenter.org and click on the Give button, and it will bring you to our secure site. Or, of course, you can mail in checks or anything like that. And so I just invite you to bring in all of the gifts that you bring to the center. Bring it close to your heart and say our offertory affirmation with me. I open my heart to give and receive the blessings that our spirits promise to me. As I do, the entire universe conspires to give me an abundant life, and I open to accept it. And so it is.
And so join me in just acknowledging and blessing these gifts. And so I know that every gift, whatever kind, whatever it looks like, whatever it feels like, these amazing gifts that people share with this center, everywhere, every kind, it comes from their heart. And so as we open our hearts to be grateful that we have these gifts to share, they become more abundant. For we are activating the law of circulation, and as we give, we receive. And in the receiving, life feels amazing. Life feels abundant. Life feels like it has this flow about it. And so I simply trust this process, knowing that all gifts bless this center, and that in return that blessing comes back multiplied. This is so, and so it is.
And so it is.
Out with a closing song by Daniel Nahmod, My Soul is Welcome Here.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I'm getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. everything
My soul
to
is
be.
welcome here.
I'm in the right
My
place
soul
at the
is
right
welcome
time.
here.
I'm just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here. My soul is welcome here.
And so now I just send us all out into the world, and I invite each and every one of us to look out at the view that is around us and find the beauty in every moment. And so it is.